Well, hello there everyone, I'm Emrys from cruisehive.com. Are you ready for your cruise news update? We've got some important developments that could impact your upcoming cruise vacation. So, in this week's cruise news update, we've got the latest developments across the major cruise lines, including a positive step in easing requirements, with Norwegian Cruise Line dropping pre-cruise testing. However, it's not that straightforward. There have also been some engine issues with 2 cruise ships, the adjustment of Baltic itineraries for 2 celebrity cruise ships, and anticipation growing for an additional ship to the Carnival Cruise Line fleet. I wonder what that could be. Alright, let's get into it. Let's start the cruise news right now. The MSC Seaside cruise ship is suffering from an engine issue, resulting in the vessel being unable to reach its maximum cruising speed. The cruise line is informing guests that MSC Seaside will undergo a dry dock to resolve the problem. The cruise line confirmed in a letter to guests that an electrical issue impacted the engines of the MSC Seaside prior to arriving in Genoa, Italy on July 2nd, 2022. MSC Seaside is still sailing its current voyage, which includes multiple debarkation ports with adjusted arrival and departure times due to the cruising speed, and by still sailing, guests can still debark at their required port despite a slight change to the itinerary. The July 4th sailing includes stops in Palermo, Ibiza, Valencia, Marseille, Genoa and Civitavecchia. Once the July 4th cruise ends as scheduled on July 11th, 2022, MSC Seaside will be taken out of service for an immediate dry dock at the Fincantieri shipyard in Palermo for repairs. The 153,000 gross ton ship will remain at the Italian shipyard until July 18th, 2022, and then from July 19th, MSC Seaside will return to service as usual, with the engine issue hopefully all resolved. As regional tensions continue to be a concern for travelers and tourists, Celebrity Cruises has decided to remove calls to St. Petersburg, Russia from its 2023 Baltic sailing itineraries. In an email sent to travel partners, Celebrity Cruises has announced removing St. Petersburg from itineraries next year. Well, 2 Celebrity Cruise vessels are impacted by this change. It's the Solstice class Celebrity Silhouette and the Edge class Celebrity Apex. Both ships will have 4 itineraries changed to remove St. Petersburg. The cruises are not being cancelled, and the cruise line is working to provide an alternative port of call for travellers to enjoy. So for Celebrity Silhouette, the impacted departures are on May 13th, June 5th, July 1st and July 24th, all in 2023 of course. And for Celebrity Apex, the impacted departures are on May 25th, June 25th, July 19th and August 21st. If cruisers prefer to cancel their 2023 cruises, they will receive a full refund of all monies paid, including non-refundable fees, but they must request the refund no later than July 19th, 2022. Yes, this year, very soon indeed. As the impacted sailings are not cancelled, guests can still remain on Celebrity Silhouette or Celebrity Apex to enjoy amazing ports of call, even if one of them will not be St. Petersburg. Depending on the sailing, the ships will still be visiting outstanding destinations such as Copenhagen, Stockholm, Helsinki and Tallinn. Norwegian Cruise Line Holdings announced on July 6, 2022 that it will drop pre-cruise testing requirements for all its brands beginning August 1st, 2022. The corporation oversees Norwegian Cruise Line, Oceania Cruises and Regent 7 Seas Cruises. The announcement does not impact all sailings, however. Cruise departures from all home ports in the United States, Canada, Greece and Bermuda must still follow pre-cruise testing protocols. This is a huge step in returning cruising to pre-pandemic conditions and easing travel restrictions. This does mean that Norwegian Cruise Line, Oceania Cruises and Regent Seven Seas Cruises embarking at many European home ports will no longer require pre-cruise tests. How about that? Good news for sure. In August, Norwegian Cruise Line has voyages setting sail from Amsterdam, Barcelona, Copenhagen, Southampton, Reykjavik, Rome, Stockholm and Venice. This tremendous step will lighten the restrictions on travellers, as it can be more difficult to find testing centres in the limited time frames just before a cruise, and at-home tests are not always an option. This does not mean that other health and safety protocols are being relaxed, so do make sure you read all the details, folks. Norwegian Cruise Line said it continues to strongly recommend all guests be up to date on vaccination protocols and test at their convenience prior to travel. The company also clarified that its Sail Safe health and safety program will continue and be adapted as necessary, and each cruise brand will continue to adhere to all local restrictions and guidelines at ports of call. Well then, what do you think about pre-cruise testing in the US? Will it finally come to an end anytime soon? Would love to know what you think in the comments below. And while you're at it, don't forget to help us out by subscribing to the Cruise Hive YouTube channel. Royal Caribbean International has provided guests with an update on the engine issues with the Quantum of the Seas cruise ship. Although the problems are not safety related, the cruise line announced last week that it would be changing itineraries. As the vessel cannot reach its maximum cruising speed, Royal Caribbean has decided to skip sailing through Endicott Arm and Dawes Glacier in Alaska. And while disappointing, it does mean that guests do not miss out on any time in port. Impacted guests were already informed that the sailings departing on August 1st, August 8th and August 15th had been adjusted. The issues seem to be that one engine requires repairs, while another will soon need scheduled maintenance. Royal Caribbean said Quantum has 4 engines. One requires some repair, and there's a delay in receiving the parts needed due to supply chain issues, which is just impacting everything at the moment. Additionally, another engine is scheduled for routine maintenance soon, which means a reduction in the overall speed during these sailings. Anticipation grows for the Carnival Luminosa, which transfers from sister line Costa Cruises in just a few months' time. Carnival Cruise Line has started the build up to the new addition to the fleet by launching a new dedicated page and releasing a first look rendering of what she will look like when sailing for Carnival. Well, by looking at the newly released render of Carnival Luminosa, the iconic whale tail funnel that all other ships in the fleet feature will not be added. The funnel will remain unchanged, but still be painted with red, white and blue Carnival colours. The new dedicated page allows guests to sign up and be the first to know about newly released Carnival Luminosa itineraries and promotions. That page is now active and comes just ahead of when the cruise line will officially release the ship's itineraries based out of Australia. Well, what we already know about Carnival Luminosa itineraries is that the ship will operate seasonally from October 2022 through April 2023 out of Brisbane. The vessel will reposition to offer cruises out of Seattle, Washington, sailing to Alaska from May 2023 through September 2023, before heading back for deployment out of Brisbane for the winter season. Carnival confirmed in June that Costa Luminosa will join the Carnival fleet in September 2022 and will begin operations down under in November, following a modest refurbishment. The ship first entered service in 2009 for Costa Cruises at 92,720 gross tons, and the ship has a guest capacity of 2,000 826. There is even more coverage across the cruise industry over on cruisehive.com, including another altercation between guests on another Carnival cruise ship, 2 next-generation hydrogen-powered cruise ships to be constructed for MSC-owned Explorer Journeys, a former Genting vessel arrives in India for scrapping, a new stateroom experience by Princess Cruises, and so much more news all over on the website. Well, it was just another busy week of cruise news. What a surprise, hey? Well, thanks ever so much for taking the time to watch the video. If you did find it informative at all, then do feel free to like the video and of course subscribe to the Cruise Hive YouTube channel. I'm Memories from cruisehive.com. Thanks again everyone for your time, and I'll see you all soon.